How about that? We are live. What's going on, everybody? Good, great evening. Chris C, the Slasher Dude, back with you all. Hope you all having a great evening. It's been a good past week and great being on Brad's stream. There's the last 5. Very cool being on there, showing what I love and stuff like that. Hoping everyone's having a great day. And it is definitely a great Sunday, and it's time to put on the crown, everybody. That's right. Oh, guess who's back, son? You thought I was injured. You know what? Unlike everybody else, don't get injured. We just win championships. Sorry, Sean. Sean's Blue Digital. Sorry, my friend. It's all right. We'll see you all again in the playoffs eventually, but it'll be the same result. Maybe not as bad, but it's okay. Eat crow every once in a while. I ate crow last year. So it works out all good. Again, hope everyone's having a great evening. I'm just going through what I watched in October. So this will basically be a part 1. Then eventually I'll do another live stream of what I watched in November. So we'll get to that and stuff like that. So won't take too long here and stuff like that. I have a nice stack of Blu-rays and 4Ks here and stuff like that of what I watched and some stuff I watched on Shudder and what have you. Hope everyone's having a great evening. Just got to pop up my letterbox here on my phone because there's some stuff that I watch through streaming. So a couple found footage stuff that I need to eventually pick up. I know some stuff is coming. So again, hoping that as we get great evening. I'm going to start here in 1 second. Cheers, everybody. So looks like I watched this on the 1st. And that, of course, finally is The Changeling. I like this film a lot. I gave it a 4.5 out of 5 on Letterboxd with a heart. Yeah, the late, very great George C. Scott. And here we go. Hi, Mayanne. How are you doing tonight? They're beautiful. Hope you're having a great evening and stuff like that. Congratulations. I think you got the Tuber of the year, or of the year. It should be of the year, of course, but of the month. Congratulations on that. That's great. Hey, Texas. Thanks for joining, my friend. I really appreciate it. Always an awesome dude. Stuff like that. One of these days we have to do a stream together. So, yeah. Yeah, let's go Niners. Absolutely. So, yeah, great stuff, Thierry. Congratulations to you. Like, awesome stuff. But, yeah, The Changeling, George C. Scott. Great haunted house film. Very trippy film. First time I ever watched it. Very good. One of the best ever performances he's ever done. I miss him a lot. Great actor. May he rest in peace. But, yeah, I gave this a 4.5 out of 5 stars. Very good. But it's not my favorite out of the one I'm going to show here in a second. And this is the first Severin title I ever got. Severin's a candidate for my boutique label of the year. A lot of people shit on them, but it's definitely a candidate. That's all I'm going to kind of say about that. But yeah, that's The Changeling. Saw that on the 1st. Or what Letterboxd says I saw it. Yeah, I saw it on the 1st. Here's another one. Very huge thank you to Anthony's Horror and More. My boy Anthony from Detroit. Your Lions beat the ass out of the Saints today. The Lions and my Niners are 9-3. We will see them in the playoffs. They're a very dangerous team there, Anthony. So, yeah, here we go, son. But this is Burnt Offerings. I really like Burnt Offerings a lot. I gave it initially a 4 out of 5. Stars and a heart. Of course, I give everything really a heart because I appreciate the films that they're done. Stars the late great Oliver Reed, the late great Betty Davis eyes, and Burgess Meredith, and of course Karen Black. I love this haunted house film. It's a trip. It's gory. It's very good. It's very sinister. But yeah, if I'm to choose between. Unfortunately, between these two are bangers, but there we go. Burnt Offerings, like looking in the mirror. Burnt Offerings, just slightly over this. I know Dirk and Darren during their Dirk has done his like versus stream, and he did Last House versus Night Train Murders. The next one they plan on doing, I might be part of that one, is New York Ripper versus Pieces. And I decided to decide with Darren on Pieces and stuff like that too. I love New York Ripper. I'm a huge Fulci fan. He's my favorite Italian director. But yeah, I really like Pieces too. So that's going to be a fun time. Yeah, the Changeling one, that's from Severin with the slip and stuff like that. So it's all holofoil, I think, a little bit and stuff like that. It's an older Blu-ray, but I think Severin might still have it with the slip because they just released the 4K of that. And also Second Sight has their 4K of that too. So I'd probably suggest the Second Sight one because their transfers are a little bit different because they do their own transfers on that. So you're right, Texas. It can be. A New York Ripper is not for everybody. I love the film. I thought that was Fulci's answer to Deep Red, in my opinion. But it kind of, what I love about that film in particular is it shows the kind of way New York was in the 70s. Really was. It was a filthy place. It was a very sinister place. He had sex clubs all over the place. So he described that quite well in the film. So I was very, very impressed with that. And, okay. Actually, y'all can talk amongst yourselves for a quick minute. There's one steelbook I forgot that I do have. Give me a quick second here. I know where it's at. So I bang my weights around. I have it. You gotta be kidding me. It might be in here. There we go. Yeah, man, there's a scene in there in a diner, I guess you can say. That's kind of typical Fulci. That's why it's really kind of a trip, like you say, of a film. So, but I mean, the ending is really good and stuff like that too. It's really chauvinistic. I'll just say that as a point and stuff like that. But it's pretty brutal film. New York Ripper that they're talking about. And yeah, let me get back on my letterbox thing on my crappy phone here. Be quick second, everybody. Make sure I kind of go. I'm kind of weird like that. I kind of want to go in the right order here. Okay. This was my surprise when I picked up this steelbook off of Best Buy. That's Evil Dead Rise. I like this film a lot. I gave Evil Dead Rise, 3 out of 5 stars, 3.5 stars out of 5 and a heart. I like this Evil Dead series. So this is ranked 4th. I don't include Army of Darkness. My favorite Evil Dead films from first, which is surprise, it might be a hot take. I love Evil Dead 2 a lot. I like it more than 1. Of course, then you have the original as second. You have 2013 Evil Dead as third, and then you have Evil Dead Rise as 4th. I really like Evil Dead Rise. It seemed the director gave 2 shits about what kind of people thought about it. People kind of say it's like, oh, look, it's like they kind of shit on men and stuff like that. I could give a fuck. I really could. I could give 2 shits about that. I really could. So what? We got good kills in here. We got good deaths. It's a trip of a film, and I really like Evil Dead Rise. So yeah, that's Evil Dead Rise. I highly recommend it. This is a nice steelbook too from Best Buy, so I like it. Rest in peace, Best Buy. World's a changing. God damn it. I gotta. Sorry, I'm a little bit of an alcoholic, so I got the sauce in me. All right. Then finally watched this one. And it was awesome that Vinegar Syndrome released this. So this was part of kind of like their big kind of releases that they got the rights to. That's the Amityville Horror. Yeah, I gave this 4 out of 5. I gave this 4 out of 5 stars and a heart because it's an OG film. It's really trippy. Is it James Brolin there, Russell, you may know. I know, or it's a because there's the Brolin's son, of course, does films and stuff like that too. You have this priest here. That's a trippy scene, and of course the very late great Margot Kidder. It's a good film. It's a trip though. It's really there's a scene where they go kind of like in the basement type of a thing, like trippy stuff going on here. But I really like the film. It's pretty terrifying for what it is, for what they show, specifically the flies in the room and stuff. That kind of tripped me out. But I liked it. That's the Amityville Horror. This is a great release by Vinegar Syndrome, by the way. So this kind of started their trend of releasing films like this. So if you can still get this with the slip, you see the Get Out and stuff like that. So I'm surprised. James Brolin, thank you. So it's like really, like I said, it's a really good film. I heard the second one's better, but I have that as part of the 3 DVD set that I got off of Big Lots. That has the Amityville Horror 2, which I heard is a bit more brutal than this one, but I'll give The Devil Is Doing stuff like this. This is an OG film, and it's a good transfer. So it played all right on my 4K player. So, but yeah, Amityville Horror. So I like it a lot. Then, okay, kind of did that wrong. Oh shit. I cannot show this slip there, man. I apologize. So I'm just going to do this from Vinegar Syndrome. 5 Women for the Killer. This is a giallo. A single release, a nice slip that they gave for it, but yeah, just kind of revealing on there. And I don't want to get kind of like a mark on YouTube and stuff like that too for streaming this on here. It's a good film. It's see if I can get into it here real quick. Yeah, it's directed by Stelvio Massi. I gave it. It's an okay giallo. I gave it 2.5 stars and a heart. It just kind of goes off the wall a little bit. It's kind of weird. But I love giallo. I like to thank Dirk and Darren, specifically Darren. Of course, Dirk, of course. Yeah, Darren. I mean, those 2 dudes just do a great job with their Hour to Kill and the giallos that they look at. And I just love this a lot since I'm the slasher dude. I love slashers. And yeah, giallos are like a Italian version of like a sexploitation, a sexy slasher, as I like calling them sometimes. I can't believe I said that, but yeah, this is a pretty cool cover from this. I like it. It's a good giallo and stuff like that. If I give it a heart, that means I appreciate the giallo for what it is and stuff like that. But I would suggest people check this out. It's pretty good, specifically the beginning. So it's a disturbing type of a thriller Italian film. So I like that. 5 Women for the Killer. So it's pretty cool. I'll show the other side of the slip here. So yeah, pretty cool. And here we go. Finally, I got the 4K of this. I also have it as part of a 3 film set from Stanley Kubrick. Finally, I've seen this before, but I decided to watch it again. That's The Shining. Dirk's, aka Subjective Perspective Collective's favorite film of all time. Yeah, it's directed by Stanley Kubrick, Jack Nicholson. God, I forget his wife's name and stuff like that. Sorry about that, Tex. That's why you're here in the chat, my friend. I really do appreciate it. But yeah, this is what did I give it? I gave it 3 stars and a half out of 5 and a heart on Letterboxd and stuff like that. But this is a great film for what it is. It's a great adaptation, even though Kubrick took a lot of stuff out of it. Like I said, Kubrick was known for that. Of course, it's known that Stephen King gave him kind of the manuscript from the book and stuff like that. And I know Kubrick kind of tore it up or wrapped it up and just say, I just do my own thing. But yeah, it's a great film. This looks really good in 4K. Yeah, so this was a great release by Warner Brothers, right? Yeah, Warner Brothers and stuff like that. Too bad. I had the chance to get with the slip, but I missed out on my chance on that. But yeah, that's The Shining and stuff like that. So I recommend this release. Yeah, like I said, I was pleasantly surprised. Sometimes I love the Dead Pit, Dead Pit people and stuff like that. They're really good. I know Uncle Bill did not like it. He thought it was okay, but he didn't like really like it. I thought it was really fun. I thought it was a fun film, and it was pretty good horror for me, so I like it a lot. I believe it was done in New Zealand, if I'm right. Just going to tell the guy to direct the moon landing what to do. Yeah. Very cool. Yeah, and Shelley. Yeah, Shelley Duvall played Olive Oil on Popeye, by the way. So very cool. Nice to shine so good. Yeah, it is. It's the soundtrack is great for that. The score is great for that. So really good. And then something from Rocky and Bullwinkle, like now something completely different, or something you really like, or maybe not. Lucio Fulci's Demonia. Yeah. It was my Fulci Friday series that I was doing and stuff like that. And I gave this guy a three stars out of 5 and a heart, because it is Lucio Fulci and I appreciate everything he does. And he tried to distance himself from this film a lot. That's what Italian directors are. They're different type of cats, in my opinion. That's why I love him so much. He's just like, F this film. He starred in, or he had a part in a lot of the films he did. He plays a detective in here. This stars, let's see. I like that cover better. There is a scene in this film where I look at the extra features on this, and like I say, this is from Severin. I almost double dipped on this. I might, if they still have it on their site, because they do have Demonia with a slip on Severin's site. So I might be interested in that. I know Arrow released this too. It's a killer nun film from Lucio Fulci. There is a scene at the start where you see lighting in this cave. It's not supposed to be there because it predates what's in there. That's all I'm going to say. But I'd recommend it, man, if you like demonic nun type stuff. It's Lucio Fulci. If you've seen some of his films, he likes to do sexploitation or nunsploitation. If you like that type of stuff, because there is some disturbing scenes, even though they're dolls. I'm just gonna say that, but I would the soundtrack makes this film as well. I do like it. I like everything Fulci. Fulci has never disappointed me in anything he ever did. Argento, I haven't gotten to films that might disappoint me from him yet, because I'm trying to watch as many of those directors' films as I can. So okay, like I said, this kind of stuff isn't meant for everybody, but it's a good horror for what it is. There's just some sexploitation kind of scenes in there that you probably wouldn't like. So but yeah. Demonia, because this stars Brett Halsey, who was in another Fulci film called The Devil's Honey, which I would recommend. But him and Fulci were kind of good friends and stuff like that. But yeah, that's The Devil's Honey. Like I said, there's another one that Arrow released that had a really nice slip for it. But yeah, that's Demonia. So I liked it for what it was. It's Fulci, so of course I give it a heart for what it is. Okay, into what? Everybody's favorite slasher of the year. Probably not, but I don't know. That's Scream, the newest one. So it was the Scream 6. I've shit on the newer franchise a little bit. But I'll give the devil due here. This is probably the most violent ghost face I've seen. There's just not a lot of deaths in here. I know I'm kind of effed up in the head about that, but it's okay. I'm a fan of Giallo. I do like the opening scene for this. There's a chick that's in like a yellow dress, and she's a teacher, and she teaches film, and they talk about Giallo like a little bit in here, so I could appreciate that. Then they kind of insults me a little bit as a fan of the genre. So I gave this real quick. I gave this 2 stars and a heart. I appreciate all slashers for what they are. I know these two right here, these two very pretty ladies, just backed out. I've thought about it, but I'll never do it. I thought about doing kind of like a video on the Scream franchise and the death of the final girl, but I'm not going to do that. I mean, so, you know, so like I said, but I do appreciate the film for what it is. And you make a good point. Right. Like I said, it's to me, like, I do like the original trilogy, but it just wasn't meant for me. You know, I always thought the franchise was a little bit overrated, a little bit. It did. I will give the devil its due. It did bring back horror. It did bring back slashers, and then I can highly appreciate the very late great Wes Craven for doing that. But so yeah, and like I say, 2 stars out of 5 and a heart. Yeah, that's Scream 6 and stuff like that. So, like I said, I can kind of be messed up like that, where I can be like, yeah, and like and you know, there's some brutal stuff. Like I said, it was brutal Ghostface, and we know how the franchise works and who the killers are. I'll just say that. Spoiler of who the killers are, and it's typical, but the directors could have done better. That's all I'm going to say. But we'll see with those 2 ladies, those 2 pretty ladies, very talented ladies. I'm kind of backing out from it. We'll see what they do with it. There's been talk. I can agree. Spoiler hot take. I haven't seen. I forget watching 2, but I have seen Scream 2, which is everyone's favorite, but I've never seen Scream 3, and I'm the slasher dude, so I have the box set of the original trilogy on DVD. I have the trilogy on Blu-ray. The only one I'm missing is 4. So, but I need to watch those 2, and then, you know, I'll reserve my judgment for that. So, I do appreciate you being here, Mayanne. It's always cool to have a pretty lady like yourself's opinion on a lot of these horror films. It's always cool to have it in here. So that, and like I say, I like all slashers. Like I said, it's like with every genre. I'm a huge found footage fan too, and it's like 75% of slashers will be very bad, and then, you know, you have that quarter that are just like bangers, and they're like almost masterpieces. I seem to watch this on the same day. That's Haunt. This is the Ronin Flicks edition of Haunt. This is awesome film. I love this film a lot. I remember seeing this before, but this is a great release by Ronin Flicks. I got the special edition that came with the map and everything like that. It's very, very cool. And yeah, the different one with this sadistic bastard on here. I love Haunt a lot. Haunt's a fun-ass film. It's very cool. It's a Halloween film too, by the way. So it's perfect for October. So I love it a lot. And yeah, just a bunch of these kids go to the kind of like this Halloween party. And, you know, they're just like, let's go find one of these extreme haunted houses, right? That's what I love about this shit. They find this place. They go in there and, oh, dude, a lot of awesome shit happens. This is an underrated gem, in my opinion. But this was a great release by Ronin Flicks. When they go, there's another one that could be, but I haven't seen any of their newer kind of special releases that they've done this year. I may have to look of what Ronin Flicks kind of released this year through their boutique label. But yeah, Haunt's a banger. I like Haunt a lot. Keep on. Let's see here. What did I give it? I knew I gave it a good score. Oh yeah, I gave it 3.5 out of 5 stars and a heart. Yeah, I love Heart. Love Haunt. Specifically the ending, I like that a lot. It left open possibly a sequel, but I don't know if there ever was one. But it's very good and stuff like that. All of a sudden, I got 6 people in here. Thank you, everyone for joining. I mean, I love the ending, even though it's powerful. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, probably and stuff like that. But I do like a lot of the scenes in there, like when they're reaching in those holes and stuff like that. It's like, oh, look, one's eyeballs and one's something else. It's really good and stuff like that. So, one name. Yeah, very similar. Yeah, collection and collector are so good too. Yeah, the collector I have to check out. I heard the collector is kind of like Saw a little bit, but I'm not sure. But yeah, I definitely need to check that out. So here's another one that's interesting. I remember being on a stream with Dirk and Darren. We were talking about these 3 slashers. You could say unheard of or just a conversation about them. And I originally saw this on Prime, I think. It was the TV version, which is on this disc from Severin. That is, I better, just in case, I'm not so sure. But, yeah, Don't Go in the House. This is a really good slasher. It is a slasher. It's very good. I gave Don't Go in the House a 2.5 out of 5 stars and a heart. But yeah, this is a mommy issues slasher, really. It is part of the 3 that we talked about. I'm going to talk about some other ones here in a second, as I call it. But let's see. Directed by Joseph Ellison, who did other stuff, but it's not like this. So it's this dude that works in an infirmary. He sees one of his coworkers kind of getting burned in the suit that he's in, and he just sits there and stuff like that. He goes home to this trippy house, which is an actual place in, I forget what state this is in and stuff like that too. And his mom has died, so it has a psycho feel to it and stuff like that. And he brings these women in there, and he does his thing with them and stuff like that. That's all I'm gonna say. But it's Don't Go in the House. It is 1979, the year of my birth. So this is a nice Severin release. It has 3 versions. So it has the theatrical cut, which is 83 minutes. The TV cut, which is very interesting, which is 90 minutes. That's the one I watched. So it's a little bit edited, which is okay for me. It's still disturbing. And then the integral cut, which is 92 minutes. So that's the one I probably need to watch. But it's really good. I like the ending to this. This is a great slasher, unheard kind of slasher in my opinion. So I'm glad Dirk and Darren introduced me to these. Highly suggest you check out Dirk's channel. But it's really good. It's very disturbing and stuff like that too. Just a quick synopsis of this real quick. As a child, Donald was tormented by his mother, who used fire as punishment. Now a deranged adult, Donald stalks women at clubs and takes them home. And it's very good. I don't feel comfortable showing the cover that Severin, or the slip that Severin had for this, but I like this a lot. It's terrifying. It's a pretty good slasher, but yeah, that's a Don't Go in the House. Highly recommend it. Highly recommend it as a slasher. Like I said, I'm a slasher dude. I love slashers, but it's not meant for everybody. But yeah, this is a disturbing one. If it can get to me, then it's definitely worth it. Another one from Severin. That's why they're a candidate for my boutique label of the year. Is Nightmare, aka Nightmare in a Damaged Brain. Now, this slasher is crazy good. I know. Whoop! I actually put that on. So, yeah, that's the original cover for Nightmare. It's so this is written and directed by Romano Scavolini. Let's see if I say that right. Scavolini. I gave this 4 out of 5 stars and a heart. I really like Nightmare. Grande from Grande's Graveyard kind of shit on this a little bit, or some of his friends did. That's okay. It's an opinion. It's this dude kills his his kills his father and his father's lover, I guess it is, maybe his mom. It's almost a Ted Bundy type of film. It's a really good slasher. It's extremely disturbing. Let's see here. This is a great release by Severin. This is a 4K. This is a great release by Severin. Great special features on here. Yeah, I can show this. There's no nudity here, so yeah. It's really good. Quick synopsis: a drug-treated schizophrenic plagued by horrible nightmares is released from a hospital and goes on a killing spree. It's a chilling, sinister, slow-paced type of slasher. It's very good. It's very disturbing. I highly recommend this. I like to thank Darren. He's in the chat now. I'd like to thank him very much for introducing me to this. This just got my top 10 slashers of all time. So I may have to redo a list of top 10 slashers of all time, and Darren will definitely be a part of that stream. So yeah, that's Nightmare. I highly recommend it. And thank you for joining there, Darren. I appreciate it. I know it's probably morning for you over there, I think. Yeah, Darren Burrows, great dude. Awesome dude. Knows his giallos, knows his slashers. Him and I think alike with slashers. It's very good. So yeah, definitely check that dude out. And then there was another one. This was on Shudder, which was a premiere film on Shudder, and we're getting a 3 set of that on Blu-ray for a steelbook. That's VHS 1985. I love this film, this found footage film, a lot. VHS 1985. I like it a lot. Damn. So right now it's officially VHS 2, 1, and 85 are my favorite VHS found footage films. It's really good. Not that one. I'll get to that VHS, but yeah. For my review, yeah, 3 stars out of 5 and a heart. Yeah, there's great stories in here. My favorite one is Dream Kill, which is a found footage slasher. It's really good. That's all I'm gonna kind of mention about that. If y'all have Shudder, check out VHS 85. I love the retro aesthetic of that. It's a blast, and I just love it a lot. So it's great, but definitely check out. And I may have to go on Amazon and see if I can get a poster for that, because that's just sick, dude. That's fucking awesome. So yeah, definitely VHS 90 or not 90. I'll get to the 90s one, so I'll get to that. Definitely a good one. Sorry, y'all. I will be right back. Something is calling for me here, so give me a quick second, okay? I'm back. I believe they all are. Viral can be hit and miss, but Viral has some good shorts in there. The first one's pretty good. I think it's called The Cloak and stuff like that. It's like a magician that gets this kind of cloak and stuff like that. It can be pretty sinister. And then there's another one in Viral where it's like this dude almost does the thing like Brundle did in The Fly from Cronenberg. He kind of almost, it's like a mirror that goes to a different dimension, a different world and stuff like that. I like those part of that. But the Viral is the weakest out of them all. So, yeah, Nightmare is a great grindhouse slasher. I love it. Yeah, me too, Darren. Like I said, it got my top 10. It's very good. It's very disturbing. Spoiler, children die in that. That's all I'm going to say about that. I like the ending for that. Both those films that I showed before that, Don't Go in the House and that, mommy issues. I like those kind of films like that. Ab issues, serial killer issues. That's basically what it is. And thank you very, very much for asking, Mayan, as the slasher dude. My favorite all-time slasher is Friday the 13th, the OG. My favorite Friday the 13th is part 4. So my favorite killer is Jason Voorhees. But the very late, great Pamela Voorhees, Betsy Palmer, dated James Dean for a minute, by the way. So, yeah, the OG Friday the 13th is a masterpiece, period. My second favorite, I believe, is Halloween 2, even though I know, the director didn't want to do that, so. And all the great sayings, so I love enjoying all of them. Awesome, man. So we got the slasher dudette there. So awesome. Very, very cool. So yeah, absolutely. It's my favorite horror franchise. Tell you the truth, because I've always loved slashers and stuff like that. So it's my I do have a new appreciation for because I do Slasher Saturdays, so I do have a new appreciation for Graduation Day. I liked it for what it was. I have a new appreciation for Christopher George as an actor. That was a lot better film than I thought it was going to be, so it's kind of sticking with me a bit. So yeah, I like it a lot. Okay. Which is interesting is the next one I watched in October it's a giallo called this is the American name for it, Paranoia, but it is not that one. It's with the picture is kind of messed up because she doesn't have red hair. That's Orgasmo and this one has good extras on here as well, and that's Carol Baker, the great, I think, Academy Award winning Carol Baker. This is a great giallo from Umberto Lenzi. So this is part of the box set that I have from the Umberto Lenzi Baker collection. This was a trip of a film. It's a different type of giallo. It was done in 1969. Basically, following the death of her wealthy husband, American widow Catherine West migrates to Italy and takes up a reclusive existence in a luxurious villa. It's very good. It's very sinister. You probably like this, man. This is really, 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 really very. It's a different type of giallo. Rest in peace to Umberto Lenzi. He is a very good Italian director. He did another slasher called Nightmare Beach, which I call Spring Break, with a killer on a motorcycle that has an electric chair on it. But I highly recommend this giallo film. I gave it 3 stars and a heart. Ahead of its time. These Italian directors were ahead of their time, specifically 1969. It's a very sinister film. I like it a lot. So, yeah, that's Orgasmo. Cropsy and Harry Warden are 2 of my favorites. Okay. Very cool, man. Awesome. That's that's great. That's great. Very cool. They leave Warren. Harry Warden isn't the killer, but you know what I mean. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I know what he's talking about. Yeah, The Burning in My Bloody Valentine. I love The Burning a lot. My Bloody Valentine, I've only seen once. I have a special edition kind of DVD of that, and I've only watched it once, so I need to revisit that. I have the steelbook that Scream Factory released a few years back. Those are great. Yes, they are. So we officially have giallos for, or not, or we officially have slashers for every holiday of the year. I mean, Shudder just came out, just brought out It's a Wonderful Knife with, oh God, what's his name in it? Which is, which is a Christmas slasher. So what can you beat with that? And again, I didn't calm the hell down. Earlier tonight, I went on Amazon and I purchased Silent Night, which is a remake of Silent Night, Deadly Night, which I added to that order, and also Fat Man with Mel Gibson. So I got some Halloween, or not Halloween, God, some some Xmas stuff to watch. So definitely very, very cool times and stuff like that. Another one I watched, I'm so glad I resubbed to Shudder, such a great horror platform, is this film, and I have this coming, Possession. My God, what a trip of a damn film. Oh my God. So you take, which is directed by Andrzej Zulawski, I believe. So quick synopsis of this: a young woman left her family for an unspecified reason. The husband determines to find out the truth and starts following his wife. This stars Sam Neill. Done in 1981. So this is what happens when David Lynch and the director who did The House that Jack built basically just collaborated and make a film, in my opinion. And you get this. This is a what the fuck film. I love it to death. It has so many parts to it. This film is all over the place, and I ordered the special collector's edition off of Umbrella. That's coming with my hand edition of Talk to Me. I love Possession a lot. This is early Sam Neill. My God, what can I say about this film? I really can't say anything about this film. But it's, yeah, like you say, Texas. I agree. It's not meant for everybody. It's not. But Lars von Trier, if him and David Lynch did a film, that would be it. They don't even want me to show it. It's one of the Dirk had it in His Hour to Kill and stuff like that. It's a scene in the subway. She spills milk all over herself, but then it's not milk anymore, which is a trip. I'm like going, where's that other stuff coming from? Possession. What did I give it? Yeah, I gave it four out of five stars and a heart. It's not a masterpiece, but it's fucking good. To me, I like these films that fuck with your brain. It's a mindfuck of a film. I don't know. It's a crazy film. Justin Long, thank you, Mayan. And I like Justin Long. He's a Scream dude queen. Have you seen God, he was just in that one too. Yeesh, I may have drank too much. I forgot because I saw it in the theater. He was just in a newer horror film that I like a lot. That could have been is kind of close to my horror of the year and stuff like that. But we haven't gotten a release of that. But it was really good too. But yeah, that's Possession. Okay, so I did watch that. So give me a second. I'm kind of spontaneous when I do my streams and stuff like that too. I'm like, why not just get this stuff out of the way? Another one, VHS 94. This one was okay for a found footage film anthology. There's some good stuff in here. There is, let's see if I recognize. Yeah, there's a few. Of course, this has the Ratman one in it. That Ken from Mid-Level Media uses. Barbarian, thank you, Texas. I'm sorry. Shouldn't have to re-educate me on stuff, but I really like Barbarian a lot. I really like Barbarian a lot. Yeah, it's really good. Of course, it's 20th century films, I believe. So we get something. But yeah, it had some good stories. It has the Ratman story in here. It also has one that is it's like a cyborg thing. This trippy doctor. Uh yeah, that dude right there creates kind of something. It's that's my favorite one of this and stuff like that. He kidnaps these people and turns them into something different. It's a good anthology for what it is. I gave it 2.5 out of 5 stars and a heart. I love found footage, so yeah, VHS 94. I try to collect all the found footage films I can. So it's always fun. So yeah, I like it a lot. It is. It's the what is it? The I didn't know the Skarsgårds were brothers. I didn't know there was another one. To tell you the truth, which is kind of trippy for that. I like the opening scene for that. I like the film for what it is. It's really trippy, specifically the thing or whatever she is. That's in there. And Justin Long kills it. That may be one of the best roles I've seen him in years. He's just a good actor, really, for when he plays that piece of shit part. So I like it a lot. I have not yet, Darren, but that's coming up. Like I say, Brad plans on doing a stream. I think it is. He's going to have like a lot of people on there, but I may be waiting in the wings just in case one of them bows out and stuff like that. Because I do plan on doing my slasher of the year. Of course, I do have one in particular that I will mention in a minute that is up for that category, but I've not watched that, and I haven't watched Thanksgiving yet. So, I mean, but we'll get there. So. Found footage. Do you recommend it? Yes, I do. Except for the third one. I heard Hell House LLC. I forgot what it's called, which is a Shudder original. I heard that's complete garbage, and I haven't watched that yet. I know there's a new one that Shudder just brought out, which I heard is quite good. It's supposed to be a prequel. I heard it's really, really fun. Really, really good one. Yeah, Totally Killer is so fun. Yeah, it seems to be like Happy Death Day, which I'm all for. I like the first one. I saw the second one in theaters. I liked it up to a certain point. Then it got too fucking weird for my taste. I'm like going, so they can't keep it simple. They don't keep it simple. You do time travel and all that other shit where you make a machine. I'm like going, give me a break. I may need to revisit Happy Death Day to You though. So. Yeah, watch the first one and watch the second one. I love Hell House LLC. It's an extreme haunted house found footage film. So, have you seen the houses that October built? I would highly recommend that for found footage too. It's really good. And we got another Fulci here that I watched from 1990, Cat in the Brain. This was a release by Grindhouse Films. Lucio Fulci, playing a director who's. I like this film. A lot of people shit on this film as a Fulci film. I love it. I really do like it. I gave it 3 stars out of 5 and a heart. It's a horror type of a slasher. It's like, is he doing it or someone else is doing it? Basically, he goes to a psychiatrist and he hypnotizes him. He says, okay, you're going to do my dirty work for me because his wife, the psychiatrist's wife's cheating on him and stuff like that. For fans of Lucio Fulci, I highly recommend this film. There's a lot of great shit in here that Lucio Fulci has done. So I highly recommend Cat in the Brain. There's a lot I can talk about. It's a WTF film for this, but yeah, I highly recommend Cat in the Brain. Let's see. Oh yeah, Grindhouse is up there for my boutique label of the year. I know they're closing their stores down, which is a shame. I haven't watched Impulse yet, but that might be a candidate for release of the year with William Shatner. So they've released some good stuff here. Let's see if it's any different. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, Cat in the Brain. Rest in peace, Lucio Fulci, because that's him right there. Yeah, it's a good film. He was a good actor for what he is. So, I liked it a lot. And Grindhouse is good with their stuff. They come with the soundtracks too, which is always cool. And he's always had good soundtracks. So, yeah, it's a good release by him, by us, by Grindhouse. Yeah, I like it a lot. Very good. Here's another version of it. Yeah, that's a better kind of version of it. Cat in the Brain. It is, right. Yeah, Grindhouse Video, I think, is the actual site itself. Sorry, Texas. Yeah, and there's different ones. But yeah, all Fulci films I like. Mayan, you may not like The Devil's Honey. It's kind of softcore porn a little bit, but I like it. It's a good thriller for what it is. I like where it heads, or I like the ending for it actually more than I thought I would. So I like. I think because I did a stream of my top 5 Fulci films, and I think The Devil's Honey was 5. That's Gizmo's favorite, by the way. Let's see. And another one that I've seen before is, we talked about this in Dirk and Darren's stream as well, and that's Maniac. This is the Blue Underground release with the lenticular cover, so I was glad to get this. I got this from Barnes & Noble. They actually had it. Yeah, Joseph Spinell, the late, great Joseph Spinell. Oh, my God. Yeah, I warned you not to go out tonight. What a cover. What a fucking awesome slasher of a film. I watched this for the second time, and it still terrified me. Directed by William Lustig, with the very late, great Joseph Spinell had a hand in this too. He helped with it. Originally, the guy who played Damien Karras in The Exorcist was supposed to play the detective in this. They took that out, and we got this masterpiece of a film. It's very good. It's very good. I gave it 4 stars out of 5 and a heart. We needed this film. This started the slasher craze, really, because this was in the 80s. It's a video nasty, for if I'm correct. Darren, you may have to recorrect me on that. You can look at archival footage. It's so damn good. People are lined up at the theater. People are like, don't watch this. It's garbage. It's crap. Of course, back in the day, of course, because it's extreme film. I mean, there's a great scene. I mean, it may sound effed up now, but when he's tracking a nurse down, he's stalking her through the subway to the bathrooms. It's one of the greatest, surprise, whoa, shock scenes you'll ever see in a slasher. It's almost perfect of a film. It's really good. I love it a lot. But yeah, of course, that's Maniac. The lenticular cover. I need to get this poster. There's a group called Carpenter Brute who did an album called Leather Teeth, and they have a song called Maniac, or it's a redone song of Maniac, of course. And they have the different cover on here. But yeah, this is very good. I love Maniac. I haven't seen the remake just yet. Man, I've heard the remake is very, very good as well. So yeah, that's Maniac. Very good. I don't like to go into this a lot. William Lustig was a great director for this, so it's really good. Joseph Spinell was a big dude. May he rest in peace. It's too bad he died too young, in my opinion. So the beach scene at the start is really, really good for what it is. And this next one is a candidate for Horror of the Year in general. And this is a brand new release. So a candidate for Best New Horror of the Year, that's Cobweb. I like Cobweb a lot. Basically, it's this young boy living with his parents, and the parents are insidious people. Something's going on. They're hiding something from him. This is a Halloween film. It's a slasher. It's a lot of different things. I gave this. I could be. It's funny. I've just gotten into Letterboxd a little bit, so I'm starting to get a little bit strict with my stuff. I gave this 3.5 out of 5 stars and a heart, but it's a very good Halloween film. I mean, the parents literally have a pumpkin patch in their backyard. I mean, the ending has grown on me. Originally, I thought maybe the twist was like, they could have done better, but it's starting to. Alan from Pop's Movie Dungeon kind of swayed me towards the ending. I do like the ending a lot, specifically the ending with the kids all going into the house and stuff like that and getting what they deserve. I like it a lot. That's Cobweb. They can do a sequel for this if they want. This is a good release. This is directed by, let's see, Samuel Bodine. Yeah, sooner or later, family secrets creep out. Yeah, that's all I'm going to kind of say with that. This is a very good film. It kind of is. It kind of is at the. It's a creature feature slasher towards the end, Darren. So you'll like this film. So I suggest you check this out. So definitely. Yes, man. Cobweb is great. Absolutely. So. Sure it is. You and I think alike, Texas. The little Gen Z youngins may not. Actually, it's kind of past that. I don't want to insult that generation. That's not nice. Yeah, Maniac is a really well-made film. People think it's just gore, but it's a great all-around film. It is. It's a descent into madness. You almost feel for Spinell's character. He's fighting it. You know he's fighting it. There's a good kind of opening, I wouldn't say opening, but a little bit through the film, of course, with the lady he's with and stuff like that. You know he's kind of struggling with that. So, but yeah, Darren, this is a great horror film. So this is a high up candidate for my horror of the year. So definitely this Evil Dead Rise, and I haven't seen some newer ones. I haven't seen The Last Voyage of the Demeter yet. I heard that's a pretty good vampire film for what it is. And then Insidious The Red Door that I know Dirk really liked it for what it was. So, but yeah, that's Cobweb. You could probably still get this with the release, or with the slip, excuse me. And here are the actors in the back of it if you recognize them. Yeah, this is a really good film. Sorry, I have to keep on going into my letterbox here. Apologize for the wait there, folks. We're almost at the home stretch, people. I'll get you all going back into your coffins here. Again, cheers to everybody. Niners win if you all watch football. That's right. That's right. Kings of the West, baby. We don't mess around. Okay. This one I was surprised by. Anthony's Horror and More again. I prep Anthony up all the time. I remember he did this on his channel. I ordered it. I picked it up. It's too bad it's just on DVD. This is up for this is a candidate for slasher of the year, in my opinion. That's sick. This was released by it's a Peacock original. It's from the same people who did Scream and stuff like that too. This to me is what the Scream, the newer Scream films should have been. So it's let's see. It's directed by John Hymas. Quick synopsis here. You're not safe inside. In the midst of the pandemic, college students Parker and her best friend Mary decide to self-quarantine at her family's lake house. This is a Scream knockoff type of film. It starts out really fast. I like the story for this. That's why I think the Scream films could have been based around the pandemic. It would have worked better, in my opinion. I like this a lot. I like this film more. I like this slasher more than I thought it would. So I gave it 3 3 stars and a heart. I highly recommend anybody watch this. It's very modern, but I like the premise. So this is probably the best pandemic film I've ever seen. Or as a actually, that's not fair. I liked Host as a found footage pandemic film in general too, but this is probably the best slasher pandemic film I've seen this year. But this is up for my this is a candidate up for my number one slasher, modern slasher of the year. So, or new slasher of the year, you can say. So yeah, that's sick. I highly recommend it. Got my stack here. Make sure it doesn't fall over because I'm almost at the home stretch here. Hell yeah, man. See, you and I think alike. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, Sick is decent. Had some good twists. I like the twist at the end. I just like the whole premise, you know, based around that where you have the quarantine. I like the story for that. I like the reason why they're doing it. That's why I think it's a Scream-like of a film because the kills are fast. You know what I mean? It's a fast-paced film in my opinion, you know. And I didn't mind the characters either. I didn't mind the characters because they're part of that generation. So I get that. So I liked how they added a lot of stuff like the selfie pictures and all that stuff. I like that a lot. Like I said, people don't like it that much. I know it's weird, but yeah. Like I say, I got the hot takes kind of coming, but I liked it for what it is. It's very good. I like a Blu-ray of it. I would like a Blu-ray, but no, they didn't decide to do that. Blumhouse is kind of weird with that. Same writer as Scream, Kevin Williamson. Okay, absolutely. Yeah, you can tell that. There's a certain aesthetic in there, so it's very cool. Specifically, the opening, there's an opening scene kind of at the start. It shows kind of the way the pandemic is, and at the very start of it, how people feel and shit like that. I'm like, dude, as soon as I watched that, I'm like, oh, yeah, because I work in the grocery business. Oh, yeah, dude, absolutely. Dude, people are feeling that way. Yeah, it's like crazy. Highly recommend Sick. Highly recommend it. And then here's the one that a guy that's in chat every once in a while, Wild Wrangler, recommended, and I decided to check this out. And Darren has a very cool special edition of that, and that's The Sleeper. I really like The Sleeper a lot. I gave The Sleeper 3 out of 5 stars and a heart. God, The Sleeper is really good. So it's kind of interesting. Yeah, If I Die Before I Wake. This is a kind of a special collector's edition. So it has a disc. So one disc is the Blu-ray, of course, of The Sleeper, which I watched. Disc 2 is the DVD. The Lost VHS Transfer. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know about this film. It's very good. But The Sleeper is very good. It was done in 2012. It's directed by Justin Russell. So, like what? So yeah, it's 1981, and the girls of Alpha Gamma Theta sorority are having a party as the new pledges arrive. So does an uninvited guest. So this is a little bit like you take the House on Sorority Row, which is an all-time great slasher, and you kind of do this in this 80s aesthetic, which I like a lot. I like when directors do the retro vision, as I call it, cinema correctly, and The Sleeper does this correctly. I like it a lot. Justin Russell, some people called him like what Ty West did for the 70s, Justin Russell has done for the 80s. He did another film that he's done other films too that I heard. It does have that Black Christmas vibe as well there. Like House of the Devil. Yeah, because Ty West did House of the Devil, which I heard I need to check that out. I heard that's quite good as well. It's really good. I recommend it. There's some. It's one of the greatest. It's probably the best indie slasher I've seen like ever. It's an independent film. But it's probably the best well-made indie slasher I've seen like ever. I'm not even kidding for this. So I recommend checking this out. There's some trippy, dopey scenes in here, but it's worth it for the part. There's a scene where they're dancing, and I did my review on Slasher Saturday on this I did my Slasher Saturday review on this film, but I really like the sleeper a lot. That's the sleeper. Too bad I couldn't get the. Darren has a special edition of that, which comes with a VHS. That's a very cool edition that he has. That's what the problem is. I miss out on these releases. Couple more to go there, people. Then we will get out of here. Now we're in pretty good there. Thanks for people for stopping by, coming in and out a bit. I know it's very late in the other side of the country too, and the other side of the world. So, actually, let me get back into that. If I die before I wake, so yeah. There's basically who the sleeper is and stuff like that. That's a badass looking poster art and stuff like that. Similar. That's so fucking good. So. Here. And here's another one. This is another giallo, which I was very impressed with. So Vinegar Syndrome is a candidate for my boutique label of the year. People misconstrue what Vinegar Syndrome kind of is and stuff like that. It's like, oh, look, they're coming out with these studio releases. That's not what they're about. They're about those giallo box sets. Specifically, there's Forgotten Gialli box set, and then this film, Autopsy. My goodness. This film. So I gave this giallo 3 out of 5 stars and a heart. So this is a WTF giallo. Stars Mimsy Farmer, probably in her best role in my opinion. This is my favorite role by her. It's I'll just read and typical good features. So basically I'll read kind of what's in the back real quick here. A wave of sudden violent suicides have gripped Rome and are being blamed on sunspots. Simona, a young pathologist with an unhealthy obsession with death, has become increasingly interested in the strange phenomenon. It starts out as a horror, so it's a mix with horror and giallo. I can't really explain this giallo until you watch it. I highly suggest this to everybody. Watch this. This got my top 10 giallos of all time. I don't know. It's a great what the fuck film for giallo. It's very good. So it's hard to explain because there's a lot of shit going on in this giallo. So I highly recommend Autopsy. 3 out of 5 stars and a heart. Yeah. It's a trippy film. It's a trippy giallo. That's why I love giallo so much. Yeah, there you go. Oh my god, so fucking good. So right, Darren, one of these days you and me may have to discuss that giallo. Do like a series of like, I wouldn't call them WTF giallos, or do something like interesting giallos that maybe you should check out and discuss it, because definitely there's a big discussion on that. So yeah, man, it's like if you like want to dive into certain that, yeah, check out Vinegar Syndrome, check out Arrow. If you want to get into the giallo genre, I suggest Arrow first. There's some really great ones, like of course Deep Red, which is my all-time favorite Dario Argento film. You know, for giallo, like stuff like that too. If you're interested in that, it's one of my favorite subgenres of all time. I love giallo a lot, specifically in the 70s and late 60s. It's just these directors are different type of cats, and they just do great kind of thrillers. And giallo can be the same as the slasher because you have a black gloved killer most of the time that you don't know who's doing this. So it's a lot of whodunit type of stuff. So. And we got one more, everybody. Last but not least, VHS 99. I liked this found footage anthology. A quick history about me. My father passed in 1999, so a lot of the films that came out that year I did not watch. It was a very hard time for me. I just turned 20 years old, so and then of course this is a Shudder original. I watched this. I like this a lot. It does symbolize the time. It's the end of the millennium, right? It's just the start of stuff like that. There's some good. It's definitely a punk type of film. You know what I mean? Grungy a bit towards the end of that. The ending one in this, there's some good stuff. There's a game show one in here. There's a seance one in here, which is the last one, which is a trip funny film. Almost reminds me of like a version of Doom. Yeah, I gave this 3 stars out of 5 and a heart. That's VHS 99. I like this one a lot. So I probably rank this 4th in the franchise for me. Yeah, I ranked 4th. But yeah, I like VHS 99 a lot. So I know there's a steelbook of this out too. I think that you get at Walmart because Walmart's starting to do this kind of killing tough stuff. They're kind of killing it with their steelbooks. But yeah, that's VHS 99. That's 3 stars out of 5 and a heart. And that's the last film I watched in the month of October because I tried to do that. 31 Days of Horror challenge and stuff like that. I just couldn't do it. I can't be like Tony from Basement Blues. I cannot do that. I cannot be the Godfather. I cannot be the King. So, but it's the most films I probably ever watched in a month. Actually, we're gonna do some. I kind of skipped over some stuff. I do apologize here. So we're not done just yet. Other films I watched on Shudder. So give me a second. Damn stupid password work on my phone. Get out of here, and then I can eat, and we can get us all out of here. Go back into a Letterboxd. See. Back in my diary. Here we go. When I watched, it says on the 19th, and this is on Shudder. I think you can still get it. So this was done a little bit before the Blair Witch Project. That's the last broadcast. This was okay. I like the Blair Witch Project a little bit better, but yeah, it's like I like the ending to this one a little bit, just like a tiny bit better than the Blair Witch Project. But I do like the Blair Witch Project more as a found footage film, as an OG type of one and stuff like that. So this is, of course, an indie film, and this was directed by Stefan Valos and Lance Wheeler. Yeah, what actually happened that night in the woods. And that's the last broadcast. And I believe it's still on Shudder, so I suggest checking this out if you really are into found footage, which I am. It's a good film for what it is. It's definitely very indie, very, very, very indie type of a film. So, yeah, this came out in 1998, and I know Blair Witch came out in 99, I believe. So there's that one. And last but not least, I gave this one 3 stars out of 5 and a heart. This is a very good found footage film, in my opinion. That's Lake Mungo. I probably need to pick up this physical release of this. I really like Lake Mungo. It's a haunting story. Specifically, the ending got to me a little bit, but yeah, I highly recommend Lake Mungo. It's very good. I've seen this one before, and you can watch this found footage one is done in Australia. So yeah, definitely check out Lake Mungo as a found footage film. So I highly recommend it. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that's all what I watched. And I think I got up to 28 films. So yeah, couldn't do it. can't do watching something every day. I kind of can if I want to through streaming and stuff like that too, if I really want to. So it's just one of those things, kind of the brain gets kind of messed up with that anyway. Specifically with horror, you can get kind of saturated with it, and become complacent with it. Yeah, it's a cool haunting type of a film. You would like Lake Mungo there, Darren. Specifically the ending. I like the ending for what it is. It makes it a little bit more disturbing, in my opinion. So, definitely cool. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for all who joined. Thank you for everybody in chat. Got up to 6 people. That's pretty cool for this late witching hour in December. I hope all of you enjoyed the great weekend. My Niners won, go Niners, and it's pretty cool. And just thought I'd get what I watched in October out of the way. And part 2 will be what I watched in November. That'll probably be up in the next couple of days, probably the next day off. I'll probably do a live stream for that. And thank you, Texas. Thank you very much. And I do thank you for the subs. And yeah, I'm past 120, and I do highly appreciate it. Thank you for Miss Mayanne for joining. Horror Blue Tuber of the month, should be of the year. Congratulations there, beautiful. You deserve it. And thank you very much for joining. I appreciate that. And absolutely. And yeah, keep up your content too there, beautiful. I like your content and stuff like that. Great stuff. Anyway, you all have a great evening. I'm Chrissy the Slasher Dude. If you could, sleeping bag, kill the subscribe, / the like. I'll see you all awesome people next time. Keep on watching the slashers. Keep on watching the horror. Keep on watching the Christmas horror. Calm the F down. Calm the hell down. Don't do what I do. And I will see you on the next one. You all take care. God bless. Have a great evening. And I will see you on the next one. Bye.